Hey guys, Adam Katz for DogTrainerToolbox.com as well as the Dog Trainer Marketing Group on Facebook. Wanted to talk to you a little bit today about how to write effective Facebook ads to attract desperate dog owners. So you probably know this by now, but I run Facebook ads for dog training business owners in several different markets, and there are some core fundamentals that you need to understand to write an effective ad. By the way, I'm happy to help you out myself if you just want to delegate that job to somebody else. Head on over to DogTrainerToolbox.com. But I want to talk about a few things that make an effective Facebook ad, because a lot of times a new dog trainer will want to start up a campaign and focus on the wrong things. So let's take a step back and recognize the purpose of the ad, which is simply a first date. It's not a marriage proposal. What that means is that all it's supposed to do is to tickle them just enough to get them to take the next step in the sales process, which if you're running a Facebook traffic campaign means clicking on the ad and then ending up on the website, which then tells them just a little bit more, piques their interest just a little bit more to get them to then pick up the phone and call you. So what it's not doing, and specifically the ad, what the ad's not doing is it's not talking about your training methodology or your approach or your background or any of that. What pikes the interest and grabs the attention of desperate dog owners is pushing their emotional hot buttons. What that means is talking about the things like barking, biting, nipping, chewing, jumping up, pulling on the leash, coming when called, not running out the front door, boundary and perimeter training. You can see I've been in this industry for quite a while. So if you touch on those emotional hot buttons, that's what gets them to take the next step to learning more about you. Which again, if it's a traffic ad, then that website is then going to also not go into too much detail. You want to save that for later on in your sales funnel, your sales process, right? Once you've established rapport and figured out that you can actually help them, then you go into that, hey, we use remote callers. Hey, we do game-based training. Hey, we do clicker training, whatever it may be. That's later on in the process. For the ad, you just want to stay very high level, because remember, 90% of dog owners who are looking for a dog trainer are looking for a dog trainer because they have a behavior problem. The other 10% are looking because they want to do obedience training or they want to enhance their relationship with the dog. But for running your dog training business, the bread and butter is very much the behavior modification, and then, like I said, 10% the obedience. So you're only going to focus on those things, predominantly the behavior modification stuff in the ad. You're not going to go to that next step of talking about your training methods, because that's too much too soon, right? We're just, whoa. It's a first date. You go for the first kiss. You don't go for the marriage proposal on a first date. Now, I get it. Some of you are probably sitting there saying, well, I have people who search me out because I'm a remote caller trainer. Or I have people search me out because I do XYZ style of training. I get that. But the bread and butter, the majority of people who are going to be motivated to click on your ad are typically motivated because they have a problem or they're searching for obedience training. But again, 90% a problem. So that's why we only focus on addressing those issues, and just very cursory. We don't have to get into super details, right? Because they're just kind of skimming, and you want to kind of pique their interest and get them to take the next step. Now, what's really important is understanding that we're not asking any one step within the sales process to do too much of the heavy lifting. So I'm not asking just the ad to sell them on everything that I do. I'm not asking just the website to go into so much detail, because people don't have that attention span. Remember, they have a goldfish attention span, right? So I'm only asking each part of the sales process to do a very small amount. The ad just gets them to kind of raise their hand and express that they have interest. Gets them to go to the website. Okay, now they're a little bit more interested in you, right? We've built that interest up higher. And we're just selling them on picking up the phone and calling you, or filling out the contact form if it's in the middle of the night, so that you can call them back the first thing in the morning. We're not laying all this detail about all these different programs and everything that you offer and everything you've ever done. No. comes far later in the sales process. All we're doing at that point is getting them to pick up the phone and call. And ideally, for if you want to sell the maximum amount of dog owners, all the phone call really does is only sells them on the free in-person consultation. Now, we're not going to get into free versus paid consultations. It's another argument for another video. But the point that I'm trying to make is that you should only be focusing on pushing the emotional hot buttons by focusing on what those things are that dog owners look for when they first set out to hire a dog trainer. And again, those are barking, biting, nipping, chewing, jumping up, pulling on the leash, running out the front door, not coming when called, running away, boundary and perimeter training. Those types of things are what you need to be talking about, not the features of individual programs. Hey, hope that's helpful. If you'd like to learn more, check out dogtrainertoolbox.com and definitely join the Dog Trainer Marketing Group on Facebook for more information and to schmooze with about over 5,100 other professional dog training business owners, swapping secrets, strategies, tactics, and tips about growing, starting, and running a dog training business. Talk to you soon, guys.